no introduction will be complete to any island without tasting the food. So right now we're at the Westin Grand Cayman at Casa Havana with the multi-talented Chef Michael Farrell. Thanks for joining us,
Not
Chef.
at all. Thank you for having me.
Now listen, I gotta tell you, I almost got stuck at the table because after those delicious small plates that we sampled all evening long, I was good.
Great.
I
Good.
was just gonna stay there and keep sipping on my Riesling
Exactly.
and enjoying the
Got a lot
atmosphere.
more food.
Yeah, but you took time out from the kitchen and came out here to spend time with us. An
Absolutely.
opportunity we couldn't pass up. Tell us about your experience here in Cayman Islands thus far.
Well, I just recently arrived. I've been here since mid-November and took the position to come down. I had previously been in New Orleans, where I was running 3 restaurants, and decided to come down to the lovely island and put my stamp on the restaurants here at Westin.
Wow, so tell us about New Orleans. What was the vibe like over there?
New Orleans is fantastic. As you know, it's one of the big 3 food cities in America, and so it really is a phenomenal scene with restaurants, bars, clubs, but the food really stands out on its own. It's an incredible place.
As do you. Now, you grew up in Virginia.
I did indeed. I did. I grew up on a horse farm in Virginia. Spent a lot of time going to the coast, Virginia, North Carolina, down through Florida. I've always loved the ocean and all the bountiful stuff.
So you've been
like that.
slowly making your way to the Caribbean,
Exactly.
huh?
Exactly.
He's been swimming upstream.
That's true. I actually did work in the BVI for a year. I was a chef in Tortola, so I've got the Caribbean. I had a taste for it years ago, and I had to get more.
Now, your menu here at the Westin is so eclectic. Tell us about your influences.
You know, what I've done here at the Westin is try to concentrate on what I call coastal cuisine. So it's really fun. I'm doing, as you've experienced, small plates, and I'm bringing a lot of coastal flavors in. So I have the menu broken into 3 categories, and it's Caribbean coast, Gulf Coast, and then Atlantic coast. So, and I'm bringing in those influences. Anything, obviously, the mainstay is seafood, but down here there's so many wonderful vegetables and other things. I've got pork on the menu, I've got rabbit on the menu, I've got you name it, I've got it, lamb, beef.
Snapper.
Exactly. But I've got a lot of great seafood too.
You do. Now, what do you love about the Caribbean slant on coastal cuisine?
You know what? There's so much to do. Really, the best thing is that there's so many things in abundance here. And as a chef, that's really what you try to draw on. So that's the main influence is the Caribbean flavor, getting fresh fish, vegetables, sourcing things wherever I can here locally or on other islands throughout the Caribbean. And so, it's just one of those things that you fall in love with when you've been here long enough and you understand the cuisine and kind of the flavors and try to draw those into your food.
Now, what I loved about your presentation was the artistic flair and the attention to so much detail. Give us a little insight about what really goes on behind the scenes in the kitchen.
Sure. Well, not a whole lot of throwing pots and pans.
We see the pretty part. you deal with the heat.
Right. No, what goes on back there is a lot of stuff. But generally, what I do is come up with the ideas, create the look, the feel, the taste, the flavors that I want, and then teach the staff my staff, the culinary staff, how to do it and present it beautifully on a plate. So a lot of the things are, I'll be back there plating up or garnishing or expediting, but leading a team and showing them how I want everything. So, and it is really in the details. The details are what really stand out.
Always. Now, the Caribbean industry is now sort of establishing itself in the cuisine connoisseur
Absolutely.
category. Any advice you can give to foodies around the world that have not yet sampled what the Caribbean has to offer? How would you encourage them to come and try?
I would say absolutely. You got to make it down. I kept hearing before I moved that Cayman was the Caribbean capital of food, and I really have seen that. And I try to get out as much as I can and go to other restaurants, see what other chefs are doing. But it is a really amazing restaurant scene on this island. I mean, I think it really is top of all the other islands that I've seen. I've seen quite a bit.
Now, speaking of that, give us a little taste of what the Taste of Cayman is all about, because you took part in it this year.
I did
right?
indeed. It was a lot of fun. What we did, it was my first year, so it was a really, really fun time. My sous chefs and I put together 2 different things that we were serving. I did the baby cabbage salad, and I did a dish that's a signature dish of mine, which is a braised beef short rib. And we served a ton of food. We had a great time, and it was a late night, lots of fun.
It was a star-studded chef affair.
It was. It was a lot of fun.
Now, we've had viewers, of course, all over the Caribbean, Central Latin America, North America. What would you tell them about Destination Cayman if they want to come sample and taste the culture?
I would say that you can't go wrong. You know, there's so much to see and do here on
What would you
Grand Cayman.
recommend if there was one thing you could put on your calendar for Cayman?
You know what I love is diving. I got to tell you, I was very fortunate to have been diving for a number of years before I moved here. And so that's
You certified?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
course
that's
he
my
is.
big thing. Is when I can get out of here, snorkeling and diving, scuba diving is the way to go.
So when we come back, we want to do a little diving excursion.
Absolutely,
with you then.
I'd love that. I'll
He's
go
a
out on
chef
the
who
boat.
goes deep under the water. That's where you get all those
Absolutely.
delicious scallops.
Exactly.
Chef Michael Farrell, thank you so much.
Thank you
And
very
we
much
look
for
forward to
having
coming
me.
back to the Westin and sampling what else you have in store.
Thank you. I hope so.
All right, thanks for having us at your table.
Not at all.
Chef Michael Farrell. Ask for him by name when you come to the Westin Grand
Please
Cayman.
do.
We'll be back with more right here on iHeart. Still to come on the Island Exclusive. Well, we're glad you came out your turtle, Chef.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jeanille Bonterre, your Island Exclusive guide, and when I'm in Barbados, I get first-class transportation from Courtesy Rent-A-Car Barbados.